How do you run a mid-century modern furniture store? Hi guys, my name is Anna from 10 Minute Mentors, and we sat down with Todd Wilson, the owner of Furnish Me Vintage, and he told us how he went from just looking for furniture for his own home to running a successful vintage furniture store. Let's take a look.
What I think you need to be a successful business owner, I'm trying to think of a nice way to put this, because it's not demoralizing, but I don't know how people can do this and have a family. I don't know how people can do this and have struggles in their life. I don't know how people can be a business owner and have anything going on in their life that requires their attention other than a business. And anybody that can do that and run a business, in my opinion, is a superhero. Anybody who can minimize their other activities and minimize anything else in their life and just concentrate on their business can be a successful business owner, because the amount of time it takes is incalculable. I'm not really sure. I kind of fell backwards into it. It never occurred to me that I would own a mid-century modern furniture store, but when I moved down to Florida 10 years ago, I purchased a house and I had a hard time finding furniture that I thought was cool or interesting or that fit in the house. So I started to buy vintage furniture, and I've always been sort of a horse trader, so I would buy more than I needed, and if it didn't work, I'd sell it, and if it fit, then I'd keep it. But I just found that I was constantly looking for the right pieces for my home, and eventually I realized, well, wait a minute, I can actually maybe buy some furniture, fix it up, and resell it. And started off with a garage, and then moved to a small store, and then moved to a big store. And it happened pretty quick. And before I knew it, I was sort of up to my neck in it, and just didn't look back. No, actually I have no history or any sort of training or any sort of qualifications. I am good at I think running a business and hiring people that are smarter than me, and working with people that I think have an ability that allows me to run the business, and of course just allow my product, the quality of my product, my image to flourish, because I've hired the right people. I'm good at, I think, overseeing that and putting the right people together. And I partnered with my wife when we first started doing this, and my most successful, I think, partnership, or my most successful pairing, was when I decided to bring my wife into this very, very early on. So we've been partners since the very beginning of this, and I defer to her on a lot of stuff, because she has an amazing ability to do all the things that I can't do, and I sort of fill in the gaps. I'm sort of like the, I just sort of I just float around here. I'm kind of the spackle. Wherever I need to be. I think a lot of business owners can get hung up on wanting to control everything and manage everything, oversee everything. I like to think that I've got a pretty good handle on the day-to-day, the inner workings, the administrative aspect, and I've got the right people in place that can propel my business to the next level and constantly improve my image and the quality of our product. Well, we have a pretty simple philosophy. We don't choose anything or buy anything that we wouldn't put in our own homes. We wouldn't buy anything that I wouldn't be proud to have sitting in my living room. We only want things that have design and that have a healthy mix of function and form. We like things that are sleek and scaled down and just very subtly beautiful. This is modern furniture. There's not much to it. It's very minimalist. And these looks have been mimicked, and the designs have been, from other ideas. So everything you see now, if it's modern, it's really just a variation on the mid-century modern designers that already did it great 50 years ago. But now a lot of the stuff that's being made is being made in China, and the quality is just not there. I mean, there are a lot of very nice reproduction, new reproduction pieces, but we prefer the original. It used to be a lot of work. We'd have to find these pieces, but now that we've been established and now that we have a reputation, they find us. And the building that we exist in has been here, and it's existed as a furniture store since the 1940s, so people have intuitively just come here looking to sell pieces because back in the 80s it became an antique mall. So there's lots of buying and selling, and people just pull up in their trucks sometimes and say, I've got something I want to show you. But for the most part, it's phone calls from realtors and from estate handlers, phone calls from private individuals that are familiar with our business, and they either know somebody or have a relative that is looking to sell something. So we turn down 95% of the things that are put in front of us because we're just very, very selective, and it's allowed us to sort of pick our battles, which is great. We have an in-house upholsterer. I've got 2 cabinet shops. I also have a metal guy that we brought in recently, and when we find something, we're able to sort of have this team collaboration where we can all sort of look at something and say, yes, we can work this, we can make this happen, let's go ahead and get it. Whereas before, I was a little more reluctant on certain things, and I would also buy a lot of things that I thought were worthwhile, but they probably weren't. As you progress in your craft, you sort of what to look for, and what people are looking for. We try to stay on top of what's fashionable, what's in style, what's in the magazines, and we'll purchase based on that. Yes, let everybody tell you what to do. Listen to people. Listen to people. Don't just think that you know what you're doing. If somebody comes in, even if anybody comes into your circle, even if they're rude or their attitude is poor, if they have something to comment about your business, listen. Even if most of it isn't true, or if it's not helpful, you can filter through all that. The idea is to listen to people and don't think that you know what you're doing, because just when you think you know what you're doing, you're going to have the worst month ever following that. There's nothing worse than thinking that everything is okay. It's never okay. Even when you're doing well, assume that there's a tsunami coming, and always listen to what people have to say about you and your business. Because even if there's a kernel of knowledge, take it, because it's free. Unless you're seeking it out. And that's the other thing. When you seek out advice, you can often be told the wrong thing. I think it's better just to listen to people who just come into your circle. Also, my advice is to make lots of hasty decisions. Don't get hung up on anything. Just make decisions, even if they're wrong. You'll know that they're wrong shortly thereafter. You can hamstring yourself by overthinking business. I like to make lots of decisions and make them quickly, just so that they're out of the way, and then they can come back and bite me later. But at least when they do, I'm on to the next thing. It's way better just to, and that comes, a lot of it comes from my attitude on buying things. I've become very aggressive if I see something, buy it. Don't worry, don't meditate on it. If there's something that you think is right, trust your instincts, because your subconscious is constantly doing the work for you. So just make decisions. Most of the time you'll make more good ones than bad, and that's really all there is to business. Is hopefully, if you make 51 good decisions and 49 bad, then you're a successful business person. And you have to have that attitude. And it's not a failure to have a bad year or to have 2 bad years or have a bad month. As long as you constantly have something envisioned down the road, a new plan, a new scheme, a new technique, you're always going to be successful. You just can't be stuck in your ways.
Thanks for watching, guys. And if there's a business that you would like to know more about, you can email us at info@10minutementors.com and we'll go out and get those questions answered for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon.